Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Chris and Tammy here. It's always a pleasure to join you on a Saturday morning. This is on East Coast, and I know for some of you it's afternoon, and some of you might be evening or quite late in the middle of the night. And we certainly appreciate you joining in. And again, these calls are recorded. But before we begin, just would like to recognize all of you here bright and early. Robert Bakley, you were the very first one this morning. Thank you for joining in. We have here Lando, welcome. Mary Paul from Toronto, welcome, Mary Paul. We have Maria. Hello, hello. We have Urban from Sweden. We have to go to Sweden. It's such a beautiful, beautiful place to visit. We have Esther from Accra. Welcome, Esther. Great to see you here from Ghana. Let's see. We have Barbara Ann from Port Stanley, Ontario, which is
My
around
dad used to
London,
take
Ontario.
us fishing there.
Welcome.
Great memories.
Okay, let's see here. I got back up. Hey, I like your new name. This is awesome. From Ontario. Well done, well done. Let's see here. We have Ashley from California. We have Angel, and great to have you. We have Nick from Hamilton, Ontario. Actually, this is a beautiful place there. We've been there many, many, many times. Let's see. Felix, great to see you from Ghana. We have Telma. Good morning. We have Pauline, and we have Joe. Great to see you here, Joe. And we have Johnny from Ghana. We have Yvonne from the UK. Awesome. And we have Joanna from Ghana. Welcome, 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 everyone. Now, last Saturday, when we finished our session, I know Tammy was asking for all of you to prepare. Many of you are working the business. Maybe some of you are still analyzing, studying, figuring things out. But some of you are actually sponsoring a lot of folks and would love to, get a feel for what's going on in your pipeline. So, Tammy, you go ahead and ask the question.
Yeah, for sure. And welcome everybody. And we'd like to celebrate. At the end of every month, it's always important to celebrate because people work really hard to bring people to the table. How many people, if you're comfortable doing it, and I highly recommend to get comfortable doing it, in order to grow, we need to get out of the comfort zone, right? And even if you didn't do the numbers that you wanted to do, put the numbers out that you did. In other words, on your list. How many people do you have on your list in the month of January of new connections, people that you're connecting to, even if you didn't sign them up yet? Did you hear the word yet, guys? Because it's got to be their time, not your time. It's got to be their time. So write down the amount of the number of people that you connected to in January so you can grow from that. That's the thing, is we need to see our numbers so we can always grow from the numbers. And how many signups. And if you ranked up this month, we really want to celebrate you. So let's, as we talk, Chris, feel free
Sure.
to put this in the session because we know that there's some lag in it and people come on at their own time. So we'd love to really celebrate all of you. And
Absolutely.
we're in a new month, you guys. Don't look back. Okay. I know a lot of people look back and this didn't work and I tried this, and don't look back. Okay. Get all of that stuff out of your head and get focused in the now, because right now we're creating February. Right now we're moving forward into a new month, a new growth, new connections, new signups, new team members that we can evolve and invite into these sessions. And I know some of you who did sign people up in January, I'm guessing that you're already bringing them into these training sessions, because that's what it's all about, right? It's always about bringing new people on board, plugging them into the system. And maybe, Chris, you can just briefly go through system stuff so that everybody's on board and what they need to do to get started.
Absolutely. So for some of you, every day we have new signups, new people coming into the God Backup community and so forth. So I like to start with that. So let me just share my screen for a moment here. Okay, here we go. So this is the God Backup, or I should say the GVO YouTube channel. I'm going to cut and paste that link here as I do every single week. I'm going to put it into the comment. And folks, make sure that you take note of that. Bookmark this link because this is where all our videos are conducted. You can see here that this is currently the one that is live that we're doing here. You can see here future events that are happening. That's going to be tomorrow, and you can see past events. And in fact, if you go under your playlist here, we created some group to kind of help you find yourself around like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos, probably even 1,000 by now. So you can see here the 90-day campaign. This is what we are conducting. We started this in January 2nd, I think it was on that Friday of 2025. And you can see the full playlist. And you can see here that it started with the very first introductory. So if let's say you're brand new and you'd like to catch up, you're very welcome, and I do recommend you to go through these sessions, even though you might be listening and applying what's going on in February 1st right now. Just go back and do your homework, folks. Right? Instead of watching, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of Netflix watching a series, you know what I'm talking about, right? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Spend some time and learning from the modules that are here, which this starts the very first 90-day drive into Momentum campaign, Rise to Goal. This is the beginning introductory, then the first step. And then after that, that's when we introduced a new funnel, which is a 7-day free trial of the God Backup service. Absolutely amazing. And then we followed through right after the training that Joel conducted and Eve. Then we went to session 2. So, and then we have session 3 and session 4. This was all in January. Now we are starting February. Okay. And also some other modules that are probably important for you, or I should say training segments, is a success cycle series. These are past trainings that we've done that I put together here that are starting from prospecting, inviting, following up, third party credibility, and handling objections. These are the money making activities. These are the things that you need to apply in the 90-day run to be able to get people into your business. So I just thought I'd share that with you here. And also, we have other presentations, a list of presentations here that are conducted by the beautiful African community, and then we have here from the French community, and then we have the Italian community. It's here where it is. For some reason, I'm not seeing it. Oh, here it is. That's the Italian community, and we need a Spanish community, and I'm not sure where they're being conducted, but we need to have them here. So
Mhm.
we're working on all that, right? We're trying to consolidate having everything in one spot so we can have all languages. You can see by the titling that the language that's being conducted here. And you can see here that all the trainings that were done on the Saturdays, it's here, including the one that's being conducted here tonight. So every single trainings that we've conducted are listed over here. So I just started doing a little bit of homework there before we begin with our training. Now, Tammy, was there anything else you want to add before we start?
No, I was just, as you're going through the trainings, I'm thinking so many people don't even know about these trainings, and they need to be shared
Mhm.
with everybody in the team. When people are plugged in, then they're growing. If people are not plugged in, they're not growing. Okay, and we always in the industry we always say 90 days and they're out. And that's pretty well accurate when it comes to numbers, unless they're extremely passionate about the service.
I
Okay. So
agree.
always understand that if you're bringing people into the business, you got to move them along quickly. If you're a person that doesn't move quickly, doesn't mean the people in your organization don't move quickly, you know,
You,
and,
you
and
know, oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and often you lose these people because they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you to give them that next step, right? And if you don't give people that next step, then how are they going to make that next step? So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's very important on leadership, how you lead. And you might say, well, I'm not a leader. Yes, you are. You can lead somebody to this training, right? You can lead somebody to click on a link to go watch the Success Cycle series, right? So it's important that we're doing this, because if we don't do this, you guys, all the work that's put into it, you end up losing, and you don't want to lose. And I'm a straight up type of person. Anybody who knows me, I just say it the way it is, because we want to see people evolve. We want to see people grow. We don't want to see anybody left behind, especially somebody who's left behind because nobody even got them started.
And folks, Robert just pushed here, commented, push that smash button, hit that smash button, share that, make sure you share the link within your social network into your groups. Folks, this is not a place that you want to be focused only on your own activities. If you want to make money in our business, in line with what Tammy was just sharing, you got to share this information with the rest of your team. If you and this is something that I found is people that are creating walls around their organizations don't grow very much. Everything becomes stale and there's no growth. And of course, often it leads with complaints. I'm telling you that the key is to break the walls, open the gateway for your team to be aware. Are they going to be exposed to information that maybe you don't want them to see? Yeah, it's a possibility. It's happening. Tammy and I are quite aware that this has happened, but I can tell you that opening your gates for people to learn from others will outweigh grow the results than trying to everybody be contained and kind of block within the information that is available to them based on your ecosystem only. I'm telling you, I've learned from experience, folks, and there is a lot of merit to what I'm telling you. So hit that share button, let people know. And this is a safe place, folks. This is the company's YouTube channel. Okay. It's not a leaders group channel. Okay. And I know there is some of that, and that's important because people need to build their brand. I'm not against that at all. What I'm saying is choose your battles. And what I mean by that, if it's in an environment where the company is providing you information in the company's ecosystem, do not hesitate. Share, hit, like, and the more you like, the algorithm of YouTube will show it to more people. I'm telling you, folks, this will serve the community well. The information we share with you here has served us well. That's the reason why we deliver it. We know what this has done for us. As Tammy said, we wanted this to also to impact you. So we want to welcome you to the session 1 on February 1st, which is building confidence in the process. Okay? Because it's very clear as we get to the first slide over here, right? It's very clear that confidence is key to duplicate an organization.
Mhm.
See, confidence builds trusts. Prospects and new team members, and folks, I'm telling you, I see this all the time. Follow those who believe in what they do. I think there is no shred in a doubt and that Tammy and I believe in what we do. There's absolutely no doubt whatsoever. We know where we're going and we're pushing hard and we're telling people about it and people know it. And because of that, people tend to gravitate towards us. We don't want just to be us. We want you to be the same. That's the reason why we're telling you these things is you need to believe in what we do. If you doubt, it will come across in the choice of words that you're going to use and in your posture and the body language when you're talking to people. Success comes from consistency. I just left a message a moment ago in our Telegram group. If you're not part of our Telegram group, just go to your back office of God Backup, and you'll notice that the social media links, you can notice that the Telegram group is there. I recommend that you join this community. This is a community where we can communicate with you what we're up to, what we're doing. This is not a technical support with dealing with glitches in payments. This is not the company's support. This is a team-oriented support. We certainly can cover some details on about how to use the product, and we'll point you to some trainings that we've done, which has been conducted for the past 2 years. But success comes from consistency, to keep things simple as possible, and duplicatable actions. That's what's going to make this work. Tammy talked about we have a system. We are plugging people to our system. Some of you have another system. That's totally cool. Whatever ecosystem you have, make sure that you got something going. And if you're not, plug in with someone else who do at the moment that you feel that you can trust. Okay? Make sure that whatever they do is not self-serving, but it is designed to increase the community's overall results. Okay? Very important. So the other thing is it builds confidence, helps remove fear and rejection and hesitation. It's incredible. Often I use the expression every time you sign someone up, every time someone else, let's say you move up a new pin rank, let's say your income went up from, it should be going up every month from one month to the other. If it's not, then don't look up and says, what have you done for me lately, upline? This is not how you look at things, is what have I done to grow my business? right? This is not a Salvation Army business. This is a legitimate business, and you build your business by doing the activities. And from time to time, you might see some spillover. This is amazing if it happens, and it's wonderful, and be grateful for it, but don't expect it because it is your business, not theirs. But if it happens to be that you guys on the same vision, yes, you can certainly support each other in growing the business. But if it's not there, it's okay. You keep moving forward. But when you are confident, you will find that the rejection and the hesitation disappears. And what I was saying a moment ago is as you start getting results, you are making what we call little credibility deposit into that human bank deposit. And over time, there are a lot of deposit that will occur. And the more deposit you do, think of it in a sense of income and money. If you make a lot of deposit, eventually you have a bit of a nest egg of income. Then you can do things. You can buy things, you can invest things, you can do things, whatever it is that you want to do. My point is that you can do rituals to do bigger things. Well, this comes into your posture. The more confidence you have, the more posture you have. And the more posture you have, the more influenceable you are, if that's a word. Okay. So the call to action, folks, is believe in the process, commit to the daily activities. Tammy and I committed to create a community called Commit to Transform, right? That's exactly what we talk about, right? And success will follow without any hesitation. I'm telling you, success will follow, but you got to stay consistent. And as I said in my message, sometimes you will do the work, you will do the business, and it becomes monotone, it becomes boring. Nobody's reacting, nobody's showing up, nobody's signing up anybody. That's normal. It's called the process. But eventually, what happens, some will do something. And if you stay the course, some of those people that you would have missed normally not being active, you will pick up on them. They will pick up on you. You will cross path and you'll start doing business together. You know, there's a certain law of attraction. The more you think about something, the more you get that something. So the more you're active, the more chances are that you'll come across someone in your life that is active, and then you'll join venture. And then from there, there's two of you building, and then three of you building. And eventually there's a community building. And then when there's a community building, duplicating each two every day or every month or every week, then that's where you grow your community. And that's how you grow an organization. So the call to action, folks, is believe in the process, commit to the daily activities, and success will follow. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, it's all about confidence, you guys. And you know what? The confidence comes from the actions. When you're doing those actions every single day, the small ones count. You probably think they don't, but you won't believe what's going to happen if you were consistent every single day. You made those decisions and being consistent on talking to people every single day, new people every day. Over time, you're going to have a huge list of people to continue building relationships, and moving them towards a decision to show up at one of the opportunity presentation, to click on the link, to try the 7-day free trial, and keep moving people and move yourself. Always action, you guys. You know, we were talking last week about, you know, if people are stuck, talk to more people. You know, how do you get unstuck? You got to get out there and you got to practice. You got to go out there and talk to people constantly to build the interest for people to look at things. Okay. So, that's how you're going to grow personally. And there's nothing else to say other than that. And track your numbers, track them. You need to measure that daily. How many people you're connecting to daily. Set your schedules. We get that everybody has different schedules. Some of you are working full-time jobs. We understand it. We get it. You know, when we first got involved in the industry, Chris had a job. When I got involved in the industry, I had a business that was running quite well. So it was, and this is not in Got Backup. We've been in the industry for a long time. So we had to work around what we were already doing. Did we have lunch hours? Absolutely. We had lunch. We took breaks for lunch. So instead of taking all that time to just sit and eat, we'd be doing the numbers, right? We'd be making those connections. We'd be booking those calls. Back then, there wasn't Zooms. We'd be booking calls so that we can talk to them in the evening and meeting up with people and stuff like that. So we were actively doing something, and that is why we are where we are today. It has nothing to do with talent. I know you guys see us and you go, "Oh my God, you guys are so good." Well, we better be after 20 some odd years of doing this actively every single day. And so would you, right? If you were actively doing this every single day, it becomes part of your DNA. It is easy for us, you guys. This stuff is so easy. We'll put a training together. We don't even have to really practice our trainings because we do it every day. We know what we're doing. Why? Because we did those small steps and we saw the big picture of who we wanted to become and what we wanted to achieve. The vision was there and the actions were there. And those steps every single day towards it is what brought us to where we are. And we're still growing, you guys. We're not perfect. We still go out. I mess up sometimes. I don't know about you, but I mess up sometimes. And you know what? I don't even care. There's so many people in the world to talk to, right? And if the connection's not there, really, are you going to try and drag them across the line to be on where you're standing and convince them that you have the best thing ever if they're not open to look? No. Move on. And that's part of the practice, you guys. That's part of the actions. And you'll learn this. You're going to toughen your skin so much when you're out there doing the work. Remember, I told you guys, if you guys have been on any of our sessions, I was the shyest person ever growing up. Anybody who knows me would be on this writing a chat about how shy I was. And I had to step out of that to be who I am today. And if you're a person like I was, it's never easy. It's uncomfortable. But I'm telling you, there's greatness in that. You just take one step and then take another step and then take another step, and you'll see. You'll be so grateful the person you become in a year from now.
Are you done? I'm not sure.
I'm in my pause. So
that's
daily
okay.
actions, you guys, that's the activity. Daily actions and commit to it. Commit to you. You are the most important person. And commit to the people you bring into the business. Okay, go ahead, Chris. Sorry. I get
No, it's
these
all good. It's all
pauses.
good.
He's
But
going,
see, that's the
she's
whole
on a
point, though.
roll.
That, you want to act. Very important, right? And again, the word consistency, here it is again. It's what builds momentum. It compounds. I'm telling you, I am talking from experience and trying and trying and trying, and nothing seems to be moving. Nobody's doing anything. Nobody's showing up. I've been there. I've sung the song for decades. But here's the thing. I always stayed the course. And whole and behold, we've built a mountain organization. I'm telling you, don't worry about the immediate results. You do need to want to see results, but stay the course. The consistency is the key to this whole process. Very important, right? And track your numbers because you might be surprised on how much you've accomplished at the end of the month. And throughout this presentation, we have a segment. I think it's the second slide up from this one here, and we have a tracking sheet that you can have access to that will make sure that you know. In fact, it's I'll put it into the comment segment of this training. It's not there right now, but I will add it where you can download the actual spreadsheet to take care of your numbers. But I did take a copy so you can see what it looks like. So you want to measure your actions because it's like a clock, right? If you look at the clock, you look at the seconds going by, it looks like it's forever, right? But then you look a day or two or three or a week from now, or a month from now, a lot has been going on. See, if you keep track of it, you can see and measure your results. So, what small daily activity can you commit this week? And I'll show you a tracking sheet that you can download for you to access that. Okay, to keep tab on this. But you need to act now because action changes things. If nothing changes in your life or your God backup business, I'm telling you, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what did I do to expect change? And this may set some clarity as to where your effort may lie. And the other thing that's important is to stay motivating and building habits. If you don't brush your teeth at least twice a day, especially today, because of the amount of sugar and stuff that's in our food, morning and evening, at least, not once a week, folks, not once a day, twice a day. You don't eat one time, you eat multiple times. I'm sure many of us is more than that, right? So it's the habit. You want to stay fit. Is not training once every month heavily that will make a difference. It is the small 20, 30 minutes every day, or at least 3 to 4 times a day, or I should say a week, that's going to make the difference. Do you understand? It's not about going big one time, it's doing small things daily or regularly. Set realistic but challenging goals. Very important. The very first goal I suggest that you do right now, which every single one of you should be able to achieve, install the software on your computer and on your cell phone. Or if it's just your cell phone, whatever that is for you, make sure that the app is installed because you need to demo people how the app works. Every presentation that Tammy and I do, at the end, I always do a little demo to show people exactly what it's going to look like once it's installed so they can see the results. Celebrate the small wins, as Tammy stated at the beginning of the presentation, right? I know some of you have been sponsoring a lot of folks into your business. And she said, how many people have you brought in January? Put a number. Many of you did not respond to that. I know there's a lag of about 15, 20 seconds here before you respond to this. But again, folks, if you have, post it in the chat so others can see. Some of you are doing amazing things, but set realistic, challenging goal. The first one is install the software. The second one, go and sponsor your first two people, one on the left, one on the right. Not just one, two. Why? Because when you do that, it activates the cycle payments on tier one. Okay. Reco, beautiful. 5 people. Awesome.
Woo!
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Awesome.
Okay. So very, very important. Number two is the next thing is you want to go for goal. Why do you want to go for the goal? Because for the goal, it opens another area of your compensation plan. So now you get the CAB, which is the customer acquisition bonus, for reference bonus, and then you get the cycles, which is a second portion on tier one, and then also you're getting the generation bonuses. This is every time there's a body that pays her $10, it's 2.5%. May not seem like a lot, but it compounds over time. I'm telling you. And as you move up in rank, then it's another thing adds on. The next rank, you move on from tier one to tier two. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is you need to have goals, so your mind is targeting a certain activities to achieve those steps. Okay, you don't want to just wing it from the hip and hope that you're going to hit the target. Celebrate the small wins, as I said earlier, and surround yourself with motivated, like-minded people. This is very important. We're surrounded by negativity right now, right? We know what's going on with the tariffs and everything else, and what's going to happen to poor Canada and blah, blah, blah. And come on, don't waste your time figuring out what you have no control over. Focus on what you have control. Tammy and I are focusing on a business venture that pays us in US dollars, and it's a huge gain, regardless of what happens to our Canadian dollar. For us, it increases our paycheck. Do you understand how we look at things? You can look at it as, oh, poor me, or you look at it, oh, wow, here's a great opportunity. God backup, $10 a month. Oh my God, that's a no-brainer. Surround yourself with positive people that will always help you establish clarity and vision on the possibilities and not dragging you down to the mud with what politics loves to do. So my point I'm trying to say here is I'm not trying to bring politics into the conversation. What I'm trying to tell you is there's a lot of negativity around us. Don't get caught into that. Surround yourself with positive people, because I'm telling you, regardless of the situation, there's always an upside to a downside. It's how you choose to look at it. So find an accountability partner and commit to daily check ins together. Really important. Maybe the Telegram group could be that. For some of you, that might be a bit orphans because you don't have an upline that's very active. I understand that. And that happens a lot. Okay. So this is my say on this. The next one here, Tammy, it's really important. It's we're almost done here. Is taking action and staying the course. You go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just commenting on everybody who's getting the numbers. That's fantastic because that's what it's all
Oh,
about, you guys, is knowing your numbers, aiming for your goals, and keeping track. You got to keep track of your numbers because that's what's going to help you accelerate. And it tells you the truth. Honestly, when you look at your your sheet at the end of the week, you're going to see where you need to work on. And these are things that, when Chris and I personally mentor with people, they have to show up with their tracking sheet on Sundays because we can't help them just by listening to them. We can help people. This is a good training right now, you guys. Make sure that you are mentoring people and having them go through their tracking sheet. And that's the ones that are serious on building this business, right? And then you keep track and you can help them and guide them through areas where they're missing the numbers, where there's a gap. And you can do that just by evaluating somebody's sheet. Okay. And so make sure every single one of your team members that want to grow this business are working their sheet so that you can properly guide them to grow their business. So who's up for it? Who's up for it? Put a one in the chat if you're going to start training your personal team member, the people that you bring into the business with that sheet. Because I'm curious to see how your business is going to grow after you do this. Because we've developed a lot of leadership throughout the years, and we found this to be very, very effective in helping people get to another level. All right, and it creates accountability. And everybody needs to be accountable to somebody because we know that people, we're human beings. It's easy not to do something, especially in today's world. People are just so comfortable, just listening to social media stuff and courses and stuff. They're all saying it out there that the world has really changed in a way that we need to snap out of it. People are getting so comfortable just being behind a screen, and everybody has to get out there and get connected to human beings, right? Get out there. Even if you work a home-based business, take a day and go sit in a coffee shop and work and connect with people as they sit at the tables beside you. Get uncomfortable so that this becomes such a comfortable thing over time. Okay, I think Chris, you were going to show people maybe some different things on the 90-day. Is that what
Well,
you're going to do? I'm
it's
just
going.
looking at
It's
the picture.
yeah. What's going on here is, in fact, I just posted a link where you can download the sheet. We put that in our system so people know where they can access files and documents and everything else. So the fact here, you'll notice here, when you click on that, you can see here the month of January. Now we're going to start the month of February. These are GBU benefits, value, and so forth. And then here, this is the link that I just shared with you. Okay, this is the action report. Now, when you click on that, which is the link I just shared with you here in our session, it will bring you this Excel spreadsheet. This is a digital document. Now, some of you, maybe you prefer writing things with a pen and feeling the paper. You can certainly do that, print it and put it into a booklet of some sort. I tend to keep everything digital. So what it is every time I create this, I will actually have the week, right? And then I will save that particular report. And and I can create a new report for every week, and I can put them in a subdirectory somewhere to see, hey, what I did in January of 2025. What about mid-February on whatever that week period over here. And one of the things here is write down your target for the week. Well, you see, that's what these are, right? So what was your left volume? What was your right volume, right? There's, you can go in your report, you can see how many people there are there, and you can change certain things. This can be edited based on what you would like to see, right? Um, from there, what was your last week's volume? So did it increase this week or did it decrease? That means some people might have quit the service. Why did they quit the service? Is it because maybe you didn't follow up with them? Maybe they never installed the software. Maybe something didn't go well because there was no support. Nobody was there around them to support them. This is where we get paid, folks. You can't expect the company to do it all for you. This is your business, your enterprise. You take care of your customers. You take care of your people. You take care of your team, and the support the company provides is a surplus support that compensates and that helps you with other details that are more within the corporate side of things. Okay, but that's here. You can actually go ahead and take note of that. Am I currently a prime? Again, that could be changed obviously to another name. Am I a copper qualified? Right, you can change these things. My personal development activity this week. What do I need to work on? My strong skills and habits. Recognize what you're good at, what you're strong at. The other one is skills, habits that wants to improve. Well, I need to talk to more people. I need to get out there and start talking to folks. It's okay to hide behind an email, but I'm telling you, folks, that emails, you got to work. It's going to be a lot longer, and you got to make numbers like significant to be able to have one response. Where when you speak to a body, speaking to one person can actually make a difference, opposed to sending an email you may have to send to 1,000 to have one person, one result, right? So there's a huge difference when you're doing with a person to person, dealing with the email systems. Of course, some of you have skills and everything else, and I'm aware of all that too. Okay, so again, steps I will take this week to improve my skills and habits. What are the areas that you need to improve upon? And this point says, how many new contacts did I make this week? How many new customers? How many new associates? And keep track of those. Now, keep in mind that some of those things, I don't think there's the word CDs in there or cassettes at one point, because this was kind of been brought from generation to generation. But anyway, so as you can see, you can change all of these things. And it says here, 80% of your time should be spent in doing what? Prospecting, inviting, following up. So this is what this is all about. Track your actions to stay the course. I'm telling you that I know my numbers. Every single week I check what's going on when you go to your back office. And I can't do this, folks, because I can't expose my downline, because there's a lot of private information that even my leadership would want me to share. So it's not fair for me to show that. My point is, you can go to your downline, and from there you'll see the partial organization that you have. Some of you may have a lot of people, some of you may only have a few. But if you click on the bottom, the stats, then it will open another page and will show you how many people you have on your left, how many people you have on your right, how many are inactive, inactive, and how many are active, how many are inactive, and what's the total that you have in your organization. Okay, so you can turn on and bring these here for you to keep track of those things. Really important. Track your sheets, folks. Every organization, every businesses need to track their sales, their revenues, what's coming in, what's coming out. This is a legitimate business, and you have to treat it as such if you want to be successful. It doesn't matter what you do. We apply the exact same rules that we've done over our career in network marketing. It's not specific to a network marketing company. It is specific to the industry per se. And God backup, it's an amazing, amazing opportunity. So inexpensive to get started. And because of that, you have to make in numbers, right? Some people forget. I just want to mention that this is not $1,000 entry fee with a $200 to $300 a month auto ship. This is if I focus the minimum, $29.97 entry fee with a $20 and $9.97. If you take the insurance for the insurance policy, then it's under $9.97 per year. I'm not going to the details. And then from there, it is $9.97 per month. Folks, this is not $200 a month. So you can't expect, well, I'm not making any money. Well, Do you have an organization that's building a business? Because you can't turn around and expect to make thousands of dollars with 3 people on your team. So the fact here is you have to grow. The good thing is it's so inexpensive that you can bring a lot of folks. Doesn't matter where they live in the world. That's the difference with what we have to offer. It's a service that everyone needs. And it's absolutely amazing what you get for that price. And if you pay for the year, well, folks, you're paying one time and the next ownership is next year. How easy is that? You are active for 12 months and you make $50 or almost the moment you sponsor one person if they pay for the year. And if they use the VIP package, that's more. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you, folks? It's amazing what we got here, but track your numbers and stay in light of what's happening in your business and your organization. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, so set goals, set a mission. What are you going to accomplish this week? And every single week you have to do that. Doesn't matter if it's February, but we are in a 90-day run, you guys. So if in January you didn't run like you intended to, well, February is your run. Okay? No sprinting. It's a run. So run as fast as possible. I love Dr. KOA's energy. No wonder he gets the numbers. And you know, the best part, you guys, we're in our second month and you have follow-ups from all the people you connected to in January. And truth be told, beginning of January, it's not as easy to sign people up in January because people are just recovering from the holidays, you know, financially and stuff like that, but you kept them in your pipeline. So it makes it easier in February to get back to those people that you're following up with and be consistent in your follow-up. Because if you're not consistent in your follow-up and you created excitement for somebody at one point to even look and you never followed up, well, they're going to hear it again. I can tell you over and over and over, people are going to hear about Got Back Up. And if it's not you that's following up, then somebody else on fire is going to connect with that person who doesn't even know the other person. Maybe they do, I don't know, but they might not even know that person. But because they're really good at moving people into decisions, they're really good at moving people along, they may sign up with that other person. Okay, so you should have a little bit of fear of loss in your business. Okay, everybody on your list, I'm telling you, they're on somebody else's list. I know you don't want to hear this, but they are. Okay. Got Back Up is growing. We're in momentum. So step it up a notch and run. You're going to see sometimes people, you know, they're not motivated by somebody who's pushing them, but it's necessary, you guys. It's necessary sometimes because you're not going to push yourself. All right. Sometimes you need somebody to kick your butt. If I try to kick my butt right now, it's not going to be an effective kick. If Chris comes into the office and kicks my butt, or somebody kicks my butt and encourages me to go to the next level. Okay, so step it up. Step it up. You'll be so thankful, so grateful with the results that you're going to get at the end of the month if you do this. Okay, it can't be another month like last month. It can't, because you're not growing. You're not growing personally. You're not growing professionally. Your team is not growing. If you're not growing, guaranteed your team is not growing. Guaranteed. Unless somebody else is mentoring them. Guaranteed. So do you want a thriving organization? Or do you want an organization that is going to do the same thing that they did a month ago or 2 months ago or 3 months ago, and they're still in the same position? No, you guys want to move. You want to grow. Okay, so I'm here. Just imagine me, turn around. I want you to imagine me kicking your butt and moving forward. Okay, you're going to be grateful that I did that kick for you. All right, and grow, you guys, grow. Be that leader that you're meant to be. Every single one of you have You have what it takes. So stop telling yourself that you don't have what it takes. Stop telling yourself that you're not good enough. Stop it. You got to move forward. Step into those leadership shoes because somebody's counting on you to lead them. Sorry, guys, I get so passionate sometimes because I see skills in people, and it's the same thing next month. It's the same thing the month after. What is going to drive you to do this, you guys? What are you putting in front of you that's going to drive you to do this? Obviously, nothing. You got to put something in front of you, your family, whatever it is. Maybe you promised something to one of your kids and you never came through with it. Well, you need to sit down and make that promise again and sign it and make it happen because people are depending on you. They're counting on you.
One thing that I may suggest here is there was a comment from, I think it was Pauline. I'm just trying to, and by the way, folks, there's some amazing, amazing comments here. I really, really recommend you follow up on all of those. Um, that's awesome, Joseph. Well done. I'm great that Esther is helping you. Joe, I'm awesome. It's awesome that I see you're going through the Success Cycle series. I'm glad that you're getting results. Yes, I did get your text and your email. Um, uh, Someone, I for some reason I can't see the message anymore, but someone was saying that they're stuck and how to get unstuck. Um, the best thing, because I know that many of you may feel that way. It's very possible that you feel stuck. What you have to do, and it's exactly what Tammy was sharing earlier, is if you feel stuck, I think that you may have, you need the motivation to get unstuck, because this is uh this this is internal, because at the end of the day, nobody's preventing you or blocking your way to speak to someone. So if you feel stuck, it's because mentally you're not motivated, you don't see the vision. And what you need to do is, first of all, to get unstuck, is understand the vision of God back up. And I just want, maybe I can help you with this quickly. And I know you've probably heard me say this before. I'm going to repeat it. Think of a company like Dropbox. It took him 7 years to get into Momentum. Today, they have over 700 million plus users. Now, think about that. They don't pay an opportunity like God Backup, where you can have up to $20,000 per person if you sponsored a Black Diamond and you happen to be a Black Diamond. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying you're going to make that. This is the ladder. And I'm talking about one of the top rank. My point is, you can get there. Dropbox didn't offer that. What they're offering is a backup system, which is exactly what we have. And it's more than just a backup system. It's also a place where you can collaborate with files that you have sitting on your cloud. You can back up all your phone's pictures, and it's very safe. I've tried it. I've tested it. I've got rid of some pictures on my phone and they remain on the cloud. It is safe. It doesn't disappear. Once it's on the cloud forever. Now, you may want to do another backup somewhere else if you want to make sure, but I feel very confident about what's going on here. So give it time. I assure you that this company is going to be over 100,000, eventually 250,000 users, and this is going to hit big time. Those people that will benefit from it are the people that stayed the course. But you have to see the vision and work on that and plug into maybe the Telegram group, or maybe participate into the Telegram group. If it's not the one that we are supporting, use the one that your team is supporting. Make sure there's some activities there. And I highly encourage the back and forth communication, and not just one way from the person who owns the group that posts information, but interaction. Because if you have a situation that you want to share in there, we can collaborate by sharing information. We can point you to a training that maybe can stimulate you. I'm just giving you some examples on how to get unstuck. But you need to work on yourself, first of all, understanding why you're doing this, what are your goals, and you see the vision that is with God backup. That's what's going to make the difference.
Chris, I
So,
put some examples there because we just need to change the words. I know it sounds easy for us to say that, but when you start telling yourself the opposite of the way you're feeling, I think I put about 10 examples there. Copy those and repeat that daily because your subconscious is going to respond. Okay. And you got to constantly move forward here. Because if you don't move forward here, the feet don't move. All right. So, what you tell yourself every day is exactly what you're going to have today, tomorrow, the next day. So, empowering words, even if you don't feel that way in the moment, will change the way you feel if you constantly repeat it. I get you because I used to feel this way. Today, when negative stuff comes in, the words change and the positive starts to happen and different results happen. We're human beings, you guys. We have great days and we have not so great days. So those not so great days, that's when you really got to work on it. Okay?
so
And
in conclusion,
yeah,
sorry, go ahead, finish your thought.
no, no, I
Okay.
just wanted to make sure that when people are using words that are not empowering you, go search and change the phrase, change the word, and you'll see over time, you keep repeating it, you'll be a different person.
This is really important. What timing talk is the power of affirmation. This is another thing that you can consider is audiobooks or books that you can find. The power of positive affirmation. It is so effective. And it's just like training a muscle. If you repeat it often enough, it will eventually create a change. So, in conclusion, folks, it's let's build confidence and take action. Recap: confidence comes from consistency. I'd love to be interactive, but I can't because there's too much of a gap, right? Small daily action leads to big results. It's not signing up the whale or signing up the big person that's going to grow this and change your life. It doesn't work that way. Can it happen? Yes, just like you could win the lottery. But the reality is the small things that will eventually lead to big things. That's the reality of how this works. Clicking a button and making $20,000 a month that you see every day on TikTok, come on, folks, let's be real. It is the steps repeated over time that will compound, that will create a solid income. Track your progress, keep you accountable. Very important. These are the three things to summarize what we talked about here today, right? So commit to the process, commit to it, and trust it. I'm telling you, time will promote you or expose you, regardless of how what you put into this or lack of. Track your progress. You have a tracking sheet that we just shared right now, and I will add it to the comment of this training after it's done. I'll edit and add this, and you will see that the success will follow. I'm telling you, it is the law of success. Congruency, consistency, commit and trust the process. You will get the result that you want. We have a real tangible product here. We can always improve on things. Of course we can. But don't get stuck on the little problems. Get over those. Keep moving forward and focused on the goal, focused on the dream. Focus on the fact that data is the new oil. People are looking for cheaper options to be able to free up their devices and they can feel comfortable that it's there. And as if every time Tammy and I present, you can actually go back to past presentations, especially the last probably 5 or 6 that we've done. I do a little demo at the end of our presentation, so the guests and associates can see the end results after installing the app on your computer and the app on your smart device, your iPad or your phone or whatever. So, Tammy, as we end, do you have any last thing you want to share?
I'm just connecting with the audience, and Chris and I just we love to see people grow. We
Love
love
it.
to see people thrive. That is the biggest reward for us, is watching the team members grow personally and professionally. And that's why we continue showing up. We love what we do, and we do it for you. We've been through all oh my gosh, all the bruises we have on our knees and the scrapes we have on our elbows, and we've been through the rough times. And even through the pandemic was rough, right? Because we all had to adjust. And times are changing, but we continue doing it. Why? Because of you. We continue doing it because we want to see all of you thrive, because we know every single one of you has what it takes inside. You just got to let that lion come out.
Absolutely. And Dr. Kiwi, we love you too. We love you guys so much. And you have no idea. And maybe some of you are saying, you don't know me. How would you? Folks, it's something that you get to develop over time when you've built enough of a organization in network marketing. We know what you're going through. We know what's happening because we have been there and we're still going through it. Tammy and I had to completely transform ourselves. God backup has been an ultimate blessing in our lives. And we want to pass it forward. We want to help you. But folks, we can only bring you to the water. You have to choose to drink it. Do you understand? The information that we share with you, it's very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Let me rephrase it then. It's going to help you go towards the goal that you desire. But you need to be clear about what you desire. Because if you're not clear about what you desire, I assure you that your result will be as chaotic as what you are doing right now. You need to be clear. What do you want out of life? Be clear. This is very important. Then you can backtrack, and then you go back to the modules that we just shared and these past 5 trainings, including with this one today, and listen to all the things that we cover. Use the tools that we suggest. I know Joe suggested early in one of his comment is listen to the Success Cycle series. You have a small segments there. We have another one that we've created that has 13 modules. My point here is we want to pay it forward. We love this industry. We know what it can do for you, but you need to utilize the tools. You need to sharpen the tools, and you need to practice. So in closing, folks, it was an absolute honor to share this training with you. We hope that you got as much from it that we have as we train you. As you know, when we train, we also learn because we repeat it in our heads. And folks, remember that listening to a training one time is not going to make a difference. I suggest you come back to this training, listen to it, and again and again and again. And don't say you need to wait an entire hour, but maybe pick a segment that inspired you, that helped you, that can enlighten you in certain areas for you to move forward. And let's make February an amazing month, folks. Let's keep moving forward. Until next week, folks. Until next Saturday, you're gonna see us on next Friday. And I know Joel's going to do it on Wednesday. I think Joel is about to make an announcement on Wednesday on how things are going to be moving forward. So lots and lots of excitement things that are happening, folks. But thank you so much for everything and all your wonderful comments. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Have an awesome weekend, you guys.